Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, all. Today, in this occasion, we would like to explain about the articulation in language production. Before that, let us introduce ourselves. We are from Group 6, and the member of Group 6 are Natasha Isnani Ramadhani, Ranita Kusnanda, and Nida Olivia. So, what is articulation? Articulation is the third and very important stage of speech production, that is, the physical stage of sound speech. Articulation is about pronunciation and talking. So it is the ability to physically move the tongue, lips, teeth, and jaw to produce sequences of speech sounds which make up words and sentences. Additionally, in this stage, our thought and linguistic plan are to send from the brain to the speech system in order to execute the required movement and produce the desired sound. Therefore, this is, however, the starting point for the speech comprehension. In the production of speech sounds, the speech organ like lungs, larynx, and lips may be working all the same time. That is, in the production of any single sound, a lot of anatomical effort is devoted to performing several different movements simultaneously. An effective articulation of speech includes the following elements. The first is fluency, second complexity, third accuracy, and the last is comprehensibility. An effective articulation of speech. So, the first is fluency. Fluency is the ability to communicate an intended message or to affect the listener in the way that is intended by the speaker, while accurate use of language is a component in this ability. Over attention to accuracy may actually inhibit the development of fluency. The second is complexity. Speech where the message is communicated precisely. Ability to adjust the message or negotiate the control of conversation according to the responses of the listener and use subordination and causal forms appropriate per the rules and the relationship between the speakers. The third is accuracy. This refers to the use of proper and advanced grammar, subject-verb agreement, word order, and word form, as well as appropriate word choice in spoken language. And the last is comprehensibility. This is the ability to be understood by the others. It's related with the sound of the language. Disorders of articulation. Articulation disorders are disorders in the productions of individual speech sounds. Consonants are most often misarticulated. In the normal articulation, the ages listed below are the ages at which 90% of children can say sounds appropriately. At 32 months, a child should have acquired p, h, b, n. At 36 months, a child should have acquired v, w, b, g, d, and the g sound. At 48 months, the child should have acquired s. Articulation disorders are only considered a disorder when the sound being said incorrectly should have already been acquired. Types of errors. The type of errors has 4 types. These are best remembered as the acronym SODA. SODA stands for substitutions, omission, distortions, and addition. Substitutions is a cause when the sound is substituted for one they cannot make yet. For example, wet, red, or thumb to thumb. Omission. Omission occurs when a sound is left out that is too hard. For example, eat, red. Distortions. Distortion occurs when the sound isn't left out or substituted but doesn't sound right. There is an attempt to make the sound but is misarticulated. And the fourth, addition. Addition occurs when an extra sound is added, for example, glue instead of glue. Causes of articulation disorders. Articulation disorders may result from abnormal structures of the articulators, faulty learning, no physical anatomical reason, due to a hearing loss or due to neurological damage or problem with the nervous system. The main causes in the children. The first is faulty learning is the first reason in children. Second, hearing loss causes trouble with consonant and vowel in several cases. The third, structural differences such as cleft palate or poor dentitions, misalignment of teeth, or poor shape of dental arch. The fourth, neurological cerebral palsy results in thigh muscle that may cause a delay in articulation and poor coordination. So what can be done to improve articulation? The first is play. Play for the young child. For the early age, engage in play where you model and use lots of different sounds while playing, for example, saying ch as a train passes by, or bah goes the ship. Number 2, talk to your children often throughout the day to model correct pronunciation of words. Number 3, reduce background noise. So you need to turn off the background noise in the home. For example, television, radio, music, etc. when engaging with your child to minimize the distractions. Number 4, look at the child when they are speaking and encourage them to look at you so that they can imitate how to say words or sounds correctly. Number 5, read to the child. Number 6, listen and respond to the child's message, not the exact pronunciation of the words. Number 7, repeat the child's sentences if their speech isn't clear. For example, child, Dad, my tinta. Adult, yes, that's your green car. By repeating what your child has said, you are producing a good language model, and you are also showing that you have listened to what the child has said. Number 8, show. So ask the child to show you what they are talking about if you don't understand what they have said. Ask for one repetition and try to have a guess. Don't be afraid of saying you can't understand what the child has said. What activities can help improve articulation? The first is naming. Naming items together when completing tasks such as looking at the book, in the car, looking outside, while playing, and during shopping. Second, copying facial expression in the mirror, for example, smiling, kissing, or licking lips. Number third, playing. Playing something together that the child really enjoys and throughout the game model words with which they are having difficulty. Number fourth, modeling. Modeling and using different sound during interaction in the play. Number fifth, listening to and identifying sound in the word. So basically, the s or the s sound is very different with the sh sound. So we can make the example the s sound for the snake sound, and the sh is the baby sound while they were sleeping. Number 6. Correcting. If a child says a word incorrectly, model the correct production back to them. But there is no need to make them say it again. For example, child, look at the tot. And the adult should say, yes, it's a cat. And then continue with the conversation. This will help to provide a subtle, positive correction by modeling the correct response rather than highlighting that the child has said incorrectly. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi